Hello and welcome back to another episode of AEW Dynamite Out of 10 right here on the Wrestle Debate. The first show after full year, and what a show that was. We got some big matches today. Chris Jericho welcoming MJF to Matt Sydal in action against Brian Cage, and we actually started off with that once Taz kicked off the show and was talking about TNT champion Darby Allin, claiming that Team Taz will get him before he eventually got into the match. Brian Cage was getting beaten up at the beginning before Cage dumped Sydal with an overhead belly to belly, followed up with a pair of backbreakers for a 2 count. A vicious clothesline then decapitated Sydal, and he was on top for the majority of the match. The drill claw put him away eventually, but Sydal showed a lot of resilience, but in the end it just wasn't enough. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Fairly good match to start off Dynamite, and I enjoyed it. Starks then called out Darby Allin before Cody Rhodes came out and thanked the fans in attendance and congratulated Darby Allin. While Rhodes' head was turned, a mysterious woman appeared. She revealed that she was going against her. She was hating on her. And then she teased the match between Cody and Shaquille O'Neal. It's a bit weird. Before Brandy Rhodes came out, told her to buzz off. And then Team Taz came out, beat Cody up. And then Darby Allin made the save. This is all very weird, but I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10 anyway. The promo was alright. Enjoyed Team Taz and Darby Allin feud continuing. That's good. But it's just about a mystery about this woman. But we'll see where it goes, I suppose. Moxie then announced that he will be fighting Kenny Omega on the 2nd of December. I personally thought it would be on Revolution, but we'll see where it goes, I suppose. It was a long way to hold off before he got a bunkhouse match between the Butcher and the Blade versus the Natural Nightmares. QT faced off with the Blade early on, and the Natural Nightmares ganged up on Butcher and the Blade and took each other out. Marshall and Rose then set up a table, and Blade hit Marshall with a guitar, so right from the off it was a very physical match. We had loads of mental spots. I wasn't really expecting it. Some jumps off the top of the ladders and all of that. It was, well, definitely really violent. Rhodes rocked Blade with a cowbell towards the end of the match, and then a diamond cutter from QT Marshall ended the bunkhouse match, and the win was picked up for the Natural Nightmares. I'm going to give it a 7.25 out of 10. I actually really enjoyed the match, to be honest. Far exceeded my expectations, so yeah. Jericho was then out to welcome not MJF, but also Wardlow to the Inner Circle too. He was very happy, but Sammy Guevara wasn't there, so that made him a bit strange, but never mind about that. MJF came out and said 5 years of hard work led him to this moment with a $1 million loan from his father. He wrote a powerful poem claiming how brilliant everyone was before he announced that they're all going to Vegas next week, and I can't wait to see this. Should be pretty funny. So I'm going to give it 7 out of 10, a fairly good opening for MJF and Chris Jericho, and I can't wait to see where this goes. Young Bucks said they wanted to find new competitors before we got Shawn Spears versus Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky was on top early on and pelted Spears with punches and chops. He moved for a missile dropkick, but Spears dodged, allowing him to get in control. And the finish then eventually came when he threw two flips to Spears, which distracted him, allowing Spears to knock him out cold. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. A fairly solid match, and I would say I pretty much enjoyed it. Kenny Omega then told us all he's going to be John Moxley before we got Tay Conte versus Red Velvet. Conte and Velvet traded pinfalls early on before Conte battered Velvet with a few shots before dumping her repeatedly on the head with judo tosses. A heel kick to the back of the head nearly knocked Velvet unconscious. When we returned, there were still some heavy hooks from Conte before a distraction allowed Velvet to get on top. Conte kicked out, and the pump kick set up a glory special in a knee for the win. And then afterwards, the Dark Order were there trying to get her to join, but it's still a bit unknown. I'm going to give it a 6.25 out of 10. Fairly decent match, and I kind of like the storyline. But where was Sheila and Rose and Deeb and Thunder roster on this show. Just didn't really make sense, but oh well. In our main event, it was Rey Fenix versus Penta L0M once again. They traded kicks, rocking each other with heavy blows early on. Fenix caught his brother in a victory roll for a 2 count. The fight for a quick pin raged on for several minutes before Penta was sent to the floor. Fenix then stops Penta's dive once they were back in the ring. Back from the break, Fenix had recovered from all of these spots, and a series of kicks ricked his brother. For Fenix, turnabout is fair play, and he tore at Penta's mask. Penta then pretty much did the same, and Penta eventually, once the distraction happened, hit the Penta driver for the ring. Eddie Kingston tried to celebrate with his best friend Penta, but kicked in Fenix to the floor before the bastard returned, and there was a massive fight between Penta and Kingston, and oh my god, it's beautiful. I flipping of pack 7 out of 10. This was utter class. This week, AEW Dynamite gets a 7 out of 10 from me. A really good show with all the fallout from Full Gear, and it just worked perfectly. Just slowly building towards Moxie Omega. I love the MJF Jericho development, and of course Pac is back. Can you ever top a show like that? But anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channels on screen right now. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.